I've got my Goodwill hauls from last week and this week, and then also today we're going to be going out, and it'll be on another video I'm sure, but for Code Orange, because we've got fall that's been at Hobby Lobby for, at least at my Hobby Lobby, it's been there for like 3 weeks to a month. The fall stuff's been coming in. But also the at-home store is supposed to have some Halloween stuff, at least from what I've been seeing on a few different Facebook sites. And I think I also saw Big Lots, so I'm going to check those out. And then Home Goods is next to Big Lots, so I'm going to go see if Home Goods is getting a few things, because I know last weekend there were a couple like little dishes and little serving platters I started to see. And I know normally they do like 4th of July weekend, at least at mine. So I'm going to go see if they have some stuff. For the Goodwill, oh, this is also auction, because I also did a couple of those Facebook Live auctions and bought some stuff from them. So the first one is Goodwill. So I found this super cute little picture, and it's Dresden, and it does have a little crack, but this is really cute for spring, or maybe even to clean up and resell for collectors. I think these, if you look at them on eBay, or, you know, it's not like huge, it's probably anywhere from like $30 to $60, but there's that. And then the same Goodwill, I went back a few days later and I saw this on the wall, and I didn't even tell y'all that price. It's not on here anymore. I think it was like $4.94 or $4.97, but I know it was like about $5. So the bag, so I saw that same pattern, and I saw the Dresden, so that's a little matching set. But this bag of stuff's $4.49. I haven't opened it yet, I just saw that was in there, the little matching piece. Alright, so we got that. And this is in really good condition, actually. It's not, like, it doesn't have things going on with it like that other does. Oh, look at that grazing. I wonder what that is. Here's the lid. The lid does have a broken piece on there, but those two little guys can go together. Look at how pretty that lid is. What a shame that got broken. And I know some of y'all, like, you can use plaster or Paris and fix stuff like that pretty easy. But that's cool. And I think those are powder dishes. Like for, you know. Oh, that's pretty. So we've also got this little, it's made in China, but this cute little hearts with roses on it. And there's the lid to it. It's cute. So we got that. They must have just put random lids in here with stuff, I guess. Oh, how pretty, whatever that was. And then this little piece with that really pretty craze. But you could almost put a taper through that and put it on like top of another candle thing, just to have, you know, a little decorative element if you like that. Oh, this is so pretty. I don't know what that was, a little topper too, but wouldn't that have been a pretty little piece of pottery? Really pretty. I wonder if maybe too, like, if you found little pieces like this, maybe they could just be framed. You know, just a little tiny frame around it. Because that's just so pretty. Anyways, that's the little bag. And then my mom got me this, because if y'all watch some of my other videos, y'all know that I'm eventually going to have like a Frenchie bedroom. But she found this at Goodwill. I think it was only like $3, but the price tag's gone. But it's on wood. Super, super cute. Now for my auction, because these are some of my auction finds. So I got the Grey's Anatomy book, and this is from the 70s. And it was like $30 at auction. trying to see if I can find a year for y'all, but not so far. But my biggest thing here was, it says it has, what is it, 172, 700 illustrations, 780, and it's got 172 of them in full color. But I thought, because I also collect like medical stuff and some oddity stuff, I thought like how cool if I could frame some of these really nice pictures that they have. So I bought some picture frames at Goodwill, which is kind of good that this came up so y'all understand why. But there's all kinds of stuff in here. And there's like also, I'm trying to preview it first so I don't show anything that's inappropriate if y'all have the kids around. But, you know, like cool little illustrations in there. And it also has just like I don't know what that is, so I hope it's not a good or a bad thing. But yeah, I thought that'd be cool, not only for my medical stuff, but for Halloween coming up. And if y'all like that, I'm probably gonna make some and sell them too, just for other people that like that to share. And then also at auction, look at this. And I think I should keep these prices down. I think this was $20, but I love it. It looks like a old headshot for like a silent movie actress or something. The lettering on it says Witzel, W-I-T-Z-E-L-L-A. So maybe it is a headshot. But I really hope I find a nice frame for her. Professional photograph by Witzel Studios on Hollywood Boulevard. Huh. But yeah, hopefully I find a cool frame for her. I'd really like to find a bubble frame, but I don't ever really find those at Goodwill, or if I do, they're broke. And another Goodwill find. Oh, my sticker tore off, but I'm pretty sure it just says 29 cents, but I think it was $4.29. I think this is about $50 too. But this is Surgery Principles and Practice. And this one, this weighs a ton. This one is 1957. Oh, did I keep my receipt in here to help me? It was more than that, $8.29. And this one, same thing. So I'll turn this around. This one had some really cool x-ray pictures like this and these. And those will be really cool for both the medical collectors and stuff for Halloween, because how neat in like little black frames. And it's real ones, not, you know, I guess ones that people just print out and mass produce, so it'll make it a little bit different than what other people have, which is cool. And this one actually had like weird medical stuff in it too. I can't find it right now, but it has like I won't show everything because it's graphic if you're really not into it on some of those things. I'll just keep to my x-rays, but there's the x-rays. But it did have things like people where their hands where they're kind of like this, where they don't form properly, and how surgeons can fix it, which is cool. But if you like the more like horror and grotesque, I'll share some of those probably online, but just not on YouTube. And then I bought this at Goodwill, and this one was, don't want to knock my books over, $9.49. And I love, love, love this pattern. And of course it opens. Y'all know I'm a big fan. Well, those of y'all who have watched before or seen my videos in the past, y'all know I'm a fan of anything like this. So it opens. Here we go. So I could put florals in there or just stuff for different holidays. I was thinking, because to me it looks more gothic, especially with this kind of thing going on. I can't do that from the back. I was thinking about using it for Halloween and maybe stuffing my raven in there, because that would be awesome. And then some dark flowers. So that's going to be what that's used for. So we also have this super cute thing. It had a little magnet stuck on it. So this was $5.49. Look at how cute. So it honestly matches like my stuff that I do with my pinks, blacks, whites, and golds, and greens for Easter. But this is another one I was thinking if I painted it black and then put, I think maybe like a little frog would be cool, and I could put my witch stuff, but I have to find the right frog that's going to fit in there. And this is also like, see, I've pulled and everything. It's like attached on there, but looks like maybe it's just glue, so I may be able to just pull hard enough to get it off, or pry it so that I can fit the frog inside, because if not, this hole is way too little. But I love this little thing. I was stoked. And those two were on the same shopping trip. So I don't know if the person had them, because they both have the fleur-de-lis on top, but I love them. And then I found these. So these are those like fuzzy wuzzies you can usually get at Michael's, and it's $1.49 each. These, if you watched my Christmas videos last year, I had to add this onto my Santa Clauses from Catherine's because the Santa Claus and my Mrs. Claus didn't match. But because I add a lot of like florals and garlands and everything, and I try to tie in stuff together, I figured I could wrap these around who knows what. Maybe even wrapped in with the garlands to bring everything in. But there was $1.49, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So I've got a good bit, and I just love them. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. That's going to be really, really cute. Or with those little white here that I have, where I set like the little florals together in my kitchen. And again, if you go onto your website for your particular state, you can see if they have additional discounts or coupons at Goodwill. Mine, again, I'm in Arizona. If you go onto the Arizona site, it's 20% off anytime you spend $20 or more, which I spend $20 about every time I go, so I get 20% off. So a lot of the stuff, like with the 20% off, it seems like, man, I always, you're probably, when you're watching, thinking like people are just buying stuff all the time and spending all this money, but when I get the 20% off, everything comes out like usually less than $5. There may be a few things that go over, but it's not a lot. Now, the other thing I came across at Goodwill is someone, because I always check the fabrics, someone must have just done some like pillows or something, because they had all these like coordinating fabrics. So the first one, look at how pretty. Is this really pretty like white and silver, and that was $2.49, and then again I'll get 20% off of it. But I was thinking, because of the width of it, it almost kind of looks like a table runner as is. And if you do find fabric like this, so I'm catching on the sequins, and it has these unfinished edges, and you're like me and you can't really sew, you can get some fabric, and there's that little no-sew strip stuff you can get at like a craft store or your Walmart, and it's just like iron-on. So you could put a piece of fabric, like let's say you cut like 1-inch fabric, and then you could put that no-sew stuff in between the fabric and this fabric, and you iron it, and it'll make a band. So if you ever see straps like this, you can make those. And this would be a fantasy, a fancy one. It reminds me of Z Gallery, like all the stuff they have in there. So that's the first one that obviously kind of coordinated. And then this one, also $2.49. Look at that. You know how this tool is. It gets caught on everything. But it's like these really pretty, like shimmery, embroidered looking flowers. Such pretty fabrics. That definitely goes with, and look, it's almost the same, so I could do the same thing if I wanted to make runners with these. Little fancy pants runners. And then this one, which I think is maybe my favorite, but This one was $3.49 because there's a little bit more of it. Why, Goodwill? Why? So I'm not going to pull that apart. I'll cut it. I don't want to rip it. But this one, same thing. We've got like a longer piece. What I was thinking for these that would be kind of cool is if I can get some canvases and then attach these on the canvases and make like 3, matching pictures that go together. And they can either stay this white on white, since the canvas is white, or if I wanted to even do a complementary color because of this tool, like I could paint the canvases black or like a turquoise or a blue or anything that's a complementary color, but it's a really good way to upcycle this. And again, it would look more like a Z gallery or front gate, something, more high end, because especially with the textures. And, it's like $9-ish and then 20% off, and canvases are always on sale. So that's a really easy project. When I go to buy some canvases for that one I showed y'all with the Day of the Dead girls last time, where I'm going to put them into my fancy frames I found at Goodwill, I'll find some smaller frames and we'll do this together too. So that way, if you don't want it to be holiday, just day-to-day decor, I'll share some of those things with you. These, I think, are my frames. So I had to buy frames because of my idea with the pictures. And I also showed y'all, if you don't like, the anatomy type books and all that, I bought some on my last video I shared that were like Beatrix Potter books and Christmas books. You can do the same thing with your holiday books, or, whatever you like, because books have such pretty pictures, or maybe they have a quote that inspires you, especially those little ones, the little thin ones that are Hallmark books and stuff. Anyways, so I got this frame for $2.49, and I love it. It's really chunky. It looks a little bit older, and I feel like these just look a little nicer with the medical stuff. Makes it look a little more high-end and not so, I guess kind of cheapy afterthought-ish. Makes it look, I guess, a little more legitimate. I don't know what a proper word is for it, but I think y'all get my drift. And then I got this one for $2.49, and it has this really pretty little inset pattern. So all I'm going to do is just spray paint these. So I'll probably spray paint them black, honestly, so that they kind of go more with the medical. Keep them dark, and that way the pictures kind of pop. And my favorite, I got this one for $3.49. Look at how pretty. And it had the lady in there, and if y'all seen my past video where I did my office, I collect the little cameo creations and the ladies. So honestly, before I saw when I saw just her, I was like, oh my gosh, so pretty, and she's going to go with my ladies. But there's that on it. And I guess, honestly, I could, color that or cover it up in some kind of way to where it looks like the lady, but I don't know, she'd still be offset. So I'll use this one for something pretty. Or spooky, same thing. That's that one. And then this is kind of a bag of mixed up, but this is some more frames too. So that one's $2.49 for that frame, and it's already black, so works perfect. And I found these. All right, let me move this out of the way so we can open these up together. So they're like little bunny, napkin rings. And they're metal, but look at how cute. So we got this one's holding one flower, so that's actually 3 that match. He's holding one flower. Oh. Okay, my bad. So here's the girl holding flowers. Looks like the same girl. Nope, she's different. So there's 2 of those, 2 of the boys with one flower. So far, 1 girl with a sunflower. And then this one girl with her carrot. I didn't see these. Little chickies. Okay. And then a little chickie on an egg. Another chickie on an egg. Uh-oh. Okay, whew. The girl with the sunflower. Aw. Just a little squishy bunny. And another girl with a carrot. But these are napkin rings, which I'm not going to use as napkin rings. But they have a little metal piece where they're attached. So I'm thinking of breaking the rings off. And then since I have a lot of like little eggs for my Easter tree, I'm going to turn these into ornaments. So I'm going to cut that off or break it off somehow. Sometimes you can just wiggle back and forth. And then I will drill a tiny little hole in here so they can have their little hook, but they'll be little ornaments for me. But $3.49 and then 10% off. So less than $3. I've got all these little ornaments. Well, what I'll turn into ornaments. I love that little chickie. Alright, so more frames. So this one was $1.49. I really like this metal stand because it, you know, just looks a little more industrial. Probably paint that black. I see a frame and I want to paint it black. And this one's already black. $2.49. I've gone through these kind of quick, so now you're like, yeah, frames, ladies, show us something else. Thomasville frame, $1.49. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. This little plain frame for $1.49. So I think all in all, with the discount and all that, I think it's like 20 bucks. Or less than that for all those frames. Here is my big score, and I mean that figuratively and literally from the size. I walked past and found these lanterns. Look at this. Boom. Beautiful lantern. None of the glass is loose or broken. It opens up here. And this needs to be cleaned up, honestly. This one was, where's this price? $17.49. Less than 20% off. And if that wasn't good enough, check this bad boy out. Oh my gosh. The really big one. And it does have a little bit of damage. It has a little dent in it. $24.49. So if you recognize these, then you're probably like, you know the score. If you don't recognize them, those are at Pottery Barn. And based on the size, the really big one is about $200 to $300, and the little one is $175 to $200. So they sell them in different sizes, obviously, with a big price range. I also, when I did a Google image search, found them on another site where the large one was $300 and the small one was like $225. All right, y'all. Well, the Pottery Barn lanterns are definitely the score of the last couple weeks. My mom and I also found that there was supposed to be like one of the best like thrift shops that's in Arizona is near us, so I'm probably going to try to film that one so that, you know, we can all discover together if it's really what it's all cracked up to be. I hope it is and it's not a dead day, because you know how that goes. Sometimes you go to Goodwill and don't find anything, and some days you just have like, you know, you feel like the luck is on your side. You're finding all kinds of awesome stuff. But we've got that. I'll go around and do my Code Orange today because I gotta stop by Home Goods, see if they snuck some nice stuff in yet. So I'll get those videos for you. Also, I'm going to do some little giveaway boxes in the upcoming months so I can share some of the things that I find in Score, and I don't want to resell, you know, like a lot of this stuff. I'd rather give it to you guys because y'all support me, which I really appreciate. So we're gonna start like mixing in a couple little things like that for you. And the big thing is Michael's. Start watching on Sundays to see them start boxing up, because usually just after July 4th they'll start boxing up to purge out all of the spring, summer, 4th of July stuff so they can start moving in all the fall and Halloween. So thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day.